I was just going to say, we have 6 kids, and our case was opened in 2014 due to somebody had said that we were feeding our kids marijuana seeds. Well, at the time, I was employed with Save Our Youth, Save Our Community, where I fed 200 kids a day after school lunches and helped them with their homework. So I was the director of that program. Well, we told them that we occasionally smoked marijuana and admitted that we would fail the drug test. Well, we failed for marijuana, and in 2017, last year, they came and got our kids in April, saying that we had failed a hair follicle for methamphetamine. Now, we requested this hair follicle to prove that we hadn't been doing any type of drugs or anything this whole time, since 2014. Well, we thought they had fabricated the results. Come to find out, after they took our kids, they did hair follicles on them, and it was the house that we had purchased. Now, when the judge ordered DHS to have the house tested and cleaned, well, they tested the house, but they didn't give our kids back. They terminated our rights in June after we completed everything that they could possibly throw at us. We're still paying child support. They garnish both of our checks every time we get paid. And our rights are terminated.
Well, come talk to me later. I've got more that I can do because there's more cases like yours than there ought to be. Guys, I'm a right-wing, conservative Republican. Dad's a holiness preacher. When we take kids because somebody's smoking marijuana, it just blows my mind. It just, if you're not abusing your kids, it blows my mind. But beyond that, again, the system just off the rails. But I don't know what we can do.
My dad, he's also a preacher, and they wouldn't let them get the kids. No criminal background or anything. He was a Vietnam.
And so that's what
they went to 7 different homes before they got with my parents.
And so that's why we can't go to relatives is beyond me. I think you're next.
I just wanted to say, I know a lot of people here have kids that are in the foster system. I'm a former foster child. I suffered more in the foster care system than I ever did outside the foster care system. And I'm one of those kids that got lost in the system. Every foster home got me for the money or tried to sexually abuse me.
And I have to say this, because I know so many wonderful foster parents, but I also know so many cases like yours. It's not one way that, but when judges though think that they're being safe because they're placing with foster parents when there's a grandma right here that's pretty obvious, but we can't until we've done a home study that takes 6 weeks and a hair follicle test. And I'm like, give me a break.
I reported it to the caseworkers. They didn't believe me, and they left all the other kids there, subject to continued abuse.
Yes.
I'd like to say I have a grandson from Arkansas too. They placed him in an abusive home. My son, they took him from my daughter-in-law. My son was out of state. The time he got there, they took this child and they placed him in a home. My other biological sons stepped up and took him. They took him out of that home for abuse. I've not seen this child for 4 years. These children are our future. Somebody's got to care.
Yeah.
They're our future.
They do, and of course, I appreciate Connie coming because one of the things that we have to do is we have to be more organized, and because there's a lot more people than you that not just care, but that have been hurt by the system. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I hear you talking about the legislature
Speak up.
to help, like the new legislature to help prevent this from occurring before, but obviously, there's like 3 decades of severely injured families. From the time a child and a parent are separated, the brain damage is done scientifically. The neurologists are saying this is brain damage, legitimately. And how do we stop one thing? We can't even get that stopped. We can't get the government agency abuse. So we need to do that, but we also obviously have a ton of repair, because what this does so often is perpetuates more foster care. These kids come out of foster care broken. Mine aged out, thank God I was there, but a lot of parents by that time are so beaten down they can't be there. And then you've got a whole new group of children, or generation of children, that are damaged and in the prison system, and then their children are in the, and then how do you stop CPS? If you were a former foster child, you can never talk about it, because then you're gonna be guilty because you were a former foster child. We have to take your children, you must be back.
Exactly.
It's just,
Conversation.
and like, yeah, where do we even begin? I mean, the legislature sounds great and all this, but the more you hear, the more I've heard today, there's so much broken.
I'm not here to tell you it sounds great. I'm here to tell you that in 2015, I ran into a problem that I did not know existed. And and we began an investigation, and since that time we've been fighting. And we discovered that we did not have the tools, that we discovered part of the problems, we didn't have oversight, that we don't have transparency. And these are some of the things that need to be fixed. I'm not telling you that they are fixed. I'm telling you that the agency has changed some things and made some improvements. We've got to continue to push. We've got to continue to push in the courts. It's a twofold. And a lot of this is federal. I will tell you that a lot of these problems are federal law that what I run up against is not things that the state agencies wouldn't fix, that the governor wouldn't fix, but that federal law won't let us fix. So you know, get hold of the precedent, and I'm serious about that. Get hold of the president, get hold of your congressman, get hold of your U.S. senators, and this has to be fixed. These laws don't make any sense. And make it clear that you want to protect children, but we're harming children and we're harming families, and that they're not aware that it's happening. That's the part they don't know.
Because in my opinion, if you don't deserve your children, we're all sitting here, obviously reasonable people, everybody's able to come together. Why don't we have our children? If you don't deserve your child, then I feel like you should be in jail.
Exactly.
Exactly.